Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome for today's continuous discussion on chapter 16, Bhagavad Gita. So we have already come to chapter 16, and today is a very, very, very auspicious day. All right, we are still celebrating this Damodara month. I hope you all have offered the ghee lamp. At the same time, today is also the disappearance anniversary of Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And of course, to study Bhagavad Gita on this auspicious day, it brings a lots of benefit. All right. So by taking full advantage of this today, so let's start by chanting the what they call Mangalacharan. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto my spiritual master, who has opened my eyes, which were blinded by the darkness of ignorance, with the torchlight of knowledge. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swa Parantikam. When will Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, who has established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, give me shelter unto his lotus feet? Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapada Kamlam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagar Jadam Shaha Gana Raghunathan Vidam Tamsa Jeevam Satvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Saha Gana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vidamscha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master and of all the other preceptors on the path of devotional service. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnavas and unto the 6 Goswamis, including Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatan Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Jiva Goswami and their associates. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Advaita Acharya Prabhu, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and all his devotees, headed by Srivas Thakur. I then offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna, Srimati Radharani, and all the gopis, headed by Lalita and Visakha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nir Vishesha Shunyavadi Pasa Chitistarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Daita Ye Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vignana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jvala Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Rupanuga Viruda Patitanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambode Padam Bujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Sarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhumestvam Nidesa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarubhauma Sri Jagannataya Te Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavinibhyo Vaishnavevayo Namo Namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just like desired tree who can fulfill the desire of everyone, and they are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratise Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavadaharam Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namustute Jayatam Suratau Pangur Mama Manda Matirgati Mat Sarvasva Padam Bhoja Radha Madana Mohanao Divyat Vrindaranya Kalpadrumadaha Srimad Ratnagara Singha Sanasto Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Prishtalibi Sevya Manosmarami Sriman Rasa Rasarambi Hamsivata Tatasita Karshan Venur Svanir Gopir Gopinata Yasri Estuna Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Stude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nasta Prayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Hari Om Tat Sat. So, today is the day which is considered a sad day, but at the same time, it is also a very excited day. As we have studied in Bhagavad Gita, Manushyanam Sastris, there are thousands of men who seek perfection or achieve perfection. They hardly knows me as God. Krishna says that. And it is just like out of millions of birth and death, one who are fortunate, he will get a form of a human being. And out of all the millions of people who have got a human being as got a form of a human being, they rarely knows me as God, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And out of millions of people who knows me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they hardly surrenders to me. And out of millions of people who have surrenders to me, they hardly achieves me. So Krishna, in order for us to achieve at least achieve perfection, we cannot endeavor this by our own self. Okay, it doesn't work that way. You have to surrender unto a spiritual master. You have to accept a shelter from a spiritual master, and that spiritual master is a bridge that connects you from this material universe to that spiritual world. We have three types of spiritual master. One is Chaita Guru. Chaita Guru means the Guru that lives in your heart, or Shirodakshai Vishnu, or Paramatma. That's your first Guru, Chaita Guru. The second Guru is your Diksha Guru, the spiritual master who gives you initiation and link you to that Parampara. And the third spiritual master is your Siksha Guru, the Guru that gives you instruction and teach you in the path of Bhakti. So, Chaita Guru is one that lives in your heart. Diksha Guru is one that gives you initiation. And Siksha Guru, there is many. Anybody can be a Siksha Guru. Anyone that you have taken as a mentor, anyone that you that inspire you and guide you in this path of Bhakti is considered your Siksha Guru. So, in Adi Leela, Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, or the first book, the first chapter itself is spiritual master. It has a huge elaboration of spiritual master. And Kaviraj Das Goswami, he says, Krishna Das Kaviraj, the author, he quote so many evidence from all the Shastras to say there's no difference between Krishna and the Guru. It can be your Chaitanya, your Diksha Guru and your Siksha Guru. There's no difference between your Siksha Guru and Diksha Guru and Krishna. So the mercy of Krishna appears as a spiritual master that guides you. Okay. So in order to get a guru, you have to be very fortunate, especially if you're going to get a guru from the bona fide parampara. Okay, the bona fide lineage. Okay, there are so many bogus guru out there who claim themselves as God, claim themselves as the founder, know of the truth, and as guru or simply juggle with words. Okay, they are what they call the vocabulary and their presentation and their oratory skill is outstanding. Okay, so these are the people usually takes them as guru. Guru is the one who doesn't give you logic explanation. Guru is the one that inspires you. So who is the Diksha Guru? The Diksha Guru is actually the one that lives in your heart, Chaita Guru, the Paramatma, will appear in front of you as a Diksha Guru. That's why a Diksha Guru knows you very well. Okay? He knows you very well. You do not need to tell him what you want to do and everything. He just know what to tell you and how to guide you. All right? And Siksha Guru is another thing that we must understand, that this Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, it runs on Siksha Guru system. You may have one Diksha Guru, but you can have many Siksha Guru. But now another thing also is mentioned. A Guru must understand, even a disciple will accept the Guru as God, but when the Guru thinks that is God, gone case. All right? The Guru must always think that he is the servant of the servant of the servant. Dasa Nudas. So who is our Siksha Guru? Our Siksha Guru is Srila Prabhupada. We call him as eminent Siksha Guru. And that Siksha Guru, Srila Prabhupada, says he will never die. He will live in his book. And he will go on inspiring. He will go on giving instruction through his books. That's why studying his book is very, very important. Srila Prabhupada, born in 1896, September the 1st, to a family of merchant. All right, they are Mulik family, and their family surname is D-E. All right, so his name is Abhay Charan D-E. So his father is Mohan D. So he was born in a family of Mulik, which is also considered a very wealthy merchant family. When he was born, his father brought in an astrologer to check on his path, on his journey. I mean, ask him to check on his astrological chart. And the astrologer predicted when he turns 70, he will cross the ocean and spread the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by establishing 108 temple. Okay, and the father was so excited. He was so happy. So like that, the father trained him up from young, gave him the best education so that one day he could able to translate and all these things. So like that, then when he was 20s, early 20s, he met his spiritual master. And the spiritual master, the first day when he met him itself, he told him, you are an educated young man. Why not you preach this knowledge of the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the English speaking world? He was astonished. You know, when people come, hey, how are you? Not like that. Immediately when he saw him, he just said, that is that relationship. And then again, he came few times and told him, you have to take up the challenge. You have to, just a week before Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada left this world, he wrote a letter to our Srila Prabhupada and told him, remember, you have to go and preach in this Western world. Like that, his life started. Then eventually, when he came at the age of 60s, he gave up his family life. So he gave up. He has four children. He gave up his children, gave up his wife, and I put the wife under the care of the eldest son. He left to Vrindavan, and he met his god brother, and the god brother gave him initiation in sannyas order. Sannyas order means the initiation that you are totally renounce the entire thing. So you are 100% dedicate yourself in the service of Sri Krishna. And his god brother is Bhakti Pranya Maharaj, gave him the title AC, Abhaya Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj. Okay, that was his title. Okay, AC means Abhay Charan. Abhaya means fearless. Charanaravinda means at the lotus feet of Krishna. All right. So Abhaya Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj. So that was his title, Swamiji. And he started to translate his books in especially Srimad Bhagavatam. After he compiled Canto 1 and Canto 2, and Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj came to his dream and says, now you're ready, go. At the age of, so when he got into that ship, all right, Jaladuta, And that ship was also sponsored by a Mataji called Sumati Morarji. She's such a very wealthy ship owner. And she warned Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, told him, you are an old man, you will die maybe in the voyage, or you'll die there. Don't waste your time. Stay in Vrindavan, stay here. But Prabhupada was very persistent until he said, never mind, I give you a return ticket. Right? I give you a sponsor your ticket. And anytime that you feel I want to come back, you just come back. And like that, he got into that ship called Jaladuta. And during that journey, he had two massive heart attack and somehow or other survived. The third attack might have killed him. And he went to that, then he got down in Boston. And from there, he met his sponsor, Desai family. What Desai? I forgot his name. So anyway, then from there, he stayed in this some yoga studio with Mayavadi sannyasi. He can't take it. He left. He lived with a hippie, which almost to kill him. And after that, he ran away from there. Then after that, he found another devotee. What is his name? I think it's M. Start with M, but his initial name is Mukunda. So then he took him, gave him shelter. Like that, with all the struggle, he created this International Society for Krishna Consciousness. When he arrived in 1966, 65, 66, when he arrived, he was basically a homeless person. All right, he was sitting on a bench. He was looking at the sky, and suddenly there's a bum sat beside him, another hippie, and he just looked at him and said, "Old man, don't waste your time. Go back. No one's going to listen to you." He just looked and he said, "I can see my devotees. I can see my temple. But you know what? Only the time is separating me." He was that confident. With that confidence, he started, then one by one devotees, boys and girls start to join him. He started to do his first, what they call? He established ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And he went to the Thompson Square. Right? The place is like, what they call, is a park, Thompson Park. He brought all his devotees and he just had a small drum hit and he did his first Harinam Sankirtan outside India. And through that, so many hippies came, they danced in ecstasy. And through that, there was a Hare Krishna explosion started and it became a great revolution. In this short span of 12 years, he traveled the world, okay, from one corner to another. He traveled the globe 12 times. He visited basically every country in the world, including Russia. He inspires all his young disciples who doesn't know head and tail, but because of his, he inspired them to go and preach. This morning, I was listening to one lecture. Prabhupada was telling that we have declared war, and I am a general, lieutenant general, and you are all lieutenants. So some of you may fall, okay, but the war must go on. So with that motivation, they start to create this international, so they start to preach. They created a bus party, Damodara, and they traveled to every town and village in America. And after that, there's one devotee called Shamasundara and his wife called Malati. Both of them, he's told that this couple, you go to England and start a center. So they don't know anything. So they say, just pack and go to England. So, but their faith in the spiritual master was so strong. Then from there, he went to England. The couple and another couple, there's two couples, right? Both went to, the both pairs went to England. And they tried to create and meet people and talk to people. They are broke. They don't have money, and yet somehow or other they rent a small place and they start to preach. And eventually, they were inspired to meet the Beatles, and John Lennon and what they call George Harrison became a kind of favorable to them, and they made the first what they call album called the Hare Krishna Temple. And that's when the song Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajamin that they sing in during the Mangala Arati was sung, and it became a standard song in every ISKCON temple worldwide. Every Mangala Arati or deity greetings, at 8 o'clock deity greetings, they will sing this song. So that's a revolution that he created. And eventually he have inspired so many people. He have challenged so many scientists and educationists, social reformers. And he challenged, open challenge to all these great TV personnels. All right, he goes to that TV for interview, and he bashed them, and he went and created, and he underwent so many life threat, so many near death experience. He had a stroke. He had a stroke in the heart or something like that. Okay, there's a stroke in the heart, and he was almost to die. And then he survived. At another moment, there's another incident happened that he was almost to die. Then he said, "You know why I'm suffering? Because my disciples are not doing their job. You all are not following the principle. I'm taking your karma. I'm suffering." Right? And he was fasting for a few days. Then after that, all the disciples came, and there was an internal fight. Right? So they all came and begged him, "Prabhupada, please." So the name title Prabhupada was given by Govinda Dasi. Okay, he's one of his well-known female disciple, Mataji. So Govinda Mataji said, "Prabhupada, can I give you, there's a title, what are the titles you have?" And he said, "Well, for the spiritual master, they carry some title at the back, like Vishnu Pat, Bhakti Pat, Prabhu Pat, and all these things." Then suddenly she just said, "Can I call you Prabhupada from now?" Then he said, "Okay." And after that, she went and spread the news to all ISKCON temple. Therefore, from now, our Swamiji will be known as Abhaya Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. And that is how he got the title Prabhupada. And after he fasted for a few days, he couldn't take it. That he was almost to he was fasting. Then so all the devotees came and disciples came and begged him, "Sorry, Prabhupada, please don't do that. Please don't leave. We need you." He said, "Do you want me to leave?" "Yes. Bring me food." Then they thought he have not eaten for days. So they brought some light food. Then he saw the food. He said, like Egadasi Prasadam said, "What is this? You want me to live or die?" "Yes." "Then bring me food." So what? Then they brought food to him, and he ate. A lot of miracles happened. Okay. There's one miracle where Krishna was in conversation with Lord Shiva. Then Prabhupada was in conversation with what they call Narada Muni. Once he was giving a class, suddenly he burst out laughing. Suddenly, once he said, "Put the chair there." They're all wondering why. Because Narada Muni is coming. Let him sit. Right? So like that. And also Krishna Galan. You got a Galan from. So like that, there's so many miracles happen. Okay. After establishing all these things in September 14th, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. He actually left the world. So today is the day that we celebrate the day that he left the world. For Vaishnavas, for a devotee, leaving this world is a celebration. Okay, because they have perfected their mission. Okay, they have perfected their mission, and we celebrate. Okay, we like usually we celebrate birthday. All right, they don't celebrate death day, but today is the day. We don't call it a death day. We call the day that he disappears. He disappears from this mortal world, from our eyes, but he live on in his instruction. So if not only Srila Prabhupada didn't take the challenge, if only Srila Prabhupada never took, when he underwent so much of trouble, one from Vrindavan, he went to Delhi to cross-check the book was under printing. He was even knocked by the bull. He was fainted by the roadside. Nobody came and raised him up. He went to that level of suffering. All right, he don't have proper food to eat. He don't have money to sometimes even to take train. He went through so much of hardship just to fulfill the instruction of his spiritual master and to save the entire world. So Srila Prabhupada indeed Jagat Guru. There's so many people are claiming themselves Jagat Guru. They are bogus. Jagat Guru means the Guru that inspires the world, the Guru for everyone. Srila Prabhupada lives in his book. Srila Prabhupada lives in Bhagavad Gita, lives in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Until today, as like 5,000 years ago, the Bhagavad Gita was spoken, is valid till today. And whatever that Prabhupada spoke and done, he wind up his Leela 47 years ago. Right? He's still very till today. And Srila Prabhupada inspired so many people. I have seen so many people have a big transformation in heart. No? And whenever they read that Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, it looks like Srila Prabhupada is personally instructing them. And I also heard that so many times that Srila Prabhupada came and gave them instruction in their dream. It happened to so many people. It's all very confidential. People sometimes don't talk about it. Right? So that's a thing. So sometimes, that they say that how that Srila Prabhupada come to the dream and give them instruction. Okay, like in myself, he came and told me you're going to fail miserably in your business. And it really happened. All right. In my spare part business, when I was floating high and rising, he said, you're going to fail miserably. And really it happened. I failed miserably until I was declared bankrupt. Okay. So, and of course, a lot of other instructions he gave. And that is how that the devotees are inspired. So Prabhupada is Chiranjiva. He lives on. He lives on through his instruction. Only the mortal body is not there. Okay. He's there. Once he told a disciple, if you only take this service, I will make sure at the time of your death, I will personally take you back home, back to Godhead. All right. This is happened to a French devotee. So this devotee was given initiation into sannyas order. All right. But he did a fantastic job. He went and has spread the movement one of the fantastic devotee who really made a big distinction. But after Prabhupada left, he was like, so many devotees had heartbroken. They were like broken heart. They don't have a mentor. So suddenly when Prabhupada was not around, he couldn't take it some or other due to ignorance, due to this environment, circumstances. He fell down. He gave up his sannyas. He became he's a gay. And gay or something like that, right? I think gay or, okay. He was contracted with AIDS, HIV. So after he did his that, then after the Prabhupada, then he lived a life full of sin. Okay, open sex and all this. So he was contracted with HIV, AIDS. And at the final moment, they said, that's it, he won't make it. Okay, because at that time they don't have any suppressant or something like that, the medicine. He was about to die. Okay, he was bedridden and like this. So the doctor, there's a doctor who come and do it the last minute, when a person going to die. There's a doctor who will come. What doctor is that, Prabhu? Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu? A moment before the person dies, there's one doctor come and check whether the person is peace or something like that. What doctor is that? For cancer, they got palliative care, but for they ensure that the patient is very comfortable. Okay, there's I forgot the term because that person came and met my father. Then I asked, what kind of doctor is it? We are the doctor who come and give a final checkup. Yes, Prabhu? Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu?
It's palliative doctor only, Prabhu.
Palliative doctor, the one who come and do the last minute, right?
Yeah, just keep you alive and you're comfortable.
The one who gives morphine and all this, right?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So this particular doctor went and saw, he was bedridden like this. He was like this. He became skinny, right? Suddenly, this person woke up. Suddenly just got up from the bed. He couldn't do anything. He suddenly got up and he looked at the door and he said, Prabhupada, you are here. And boom, that's it, he died. And he got a shock. The doctor got a shock. So when I think it's a girlfriend or something like that, she came, say, what happened? See, then he came and said, well, he passed away, but some miracle happened before he left. I said, what did he? I don't know. He just got up. He looked at the door and said, Prabhupada, you are here. You kept your promise. And that person don't know who is Prabhupada. And even the girlfriend or whatever it is also don't know who's that. But eventually, they met that. So she realized, once upon a time, this guy is in Hare Krishna. And he used to talk about his guru. So he went and looked for Hare Krishna, then checked. Then, of course, then they remembered the promises that Prabhupada gave. You do this service, I will. Just give me a second. Huh? All right. Sorry, my mother is in another class. So he just got up. So Prabhupada even saved a person. So We are the most fortunate ones to be under the care of Prabhupada. We are in this movement called the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Prabhupada created an environment that every one of us can practice in your locality. We do not need to be in India. We do not need to go and this thing. We do not need to look far. You just need to see how near is your nearest center. You can just go there. Prabhupada have created and inspired all the devotees to create more and more centers so that everyone around us in the locality can get connected to Krishna. Okay, so we are very fortunate on this day. We offer obeisances to Srila Prabhupada. Because of his mercy, we got the most wonderful opportunity that we are some or other saved. Not some or other, we are already saved. Right? Whether you're going to make it in this birth or not, but your path has already cleared. Okay. So the ecstatic love in Nectar of Devotion is mentioned, the ecstatic love prema, or this kind of opportunity we will get through two ways. One is through the devotee, and second is when Krishna himself come and give it to you. Okay, when Dhruva Maharaj was meditating in the forest, all right, because he wants the kingdom, so he meditated upon Lord Vishnu, and when Lord Vishnu appeared in front of him, when he saw Lord Vishnu, he became into ecstasy. And Lord Vishnu asked, what do you want? He said, he don't want anything. But the reason he's meditating because he wants his father's kingdom. All right, that's one way. But that is very rare. Okay, we are very rare for Krishna or Vishnu to appear in front of us to give us the boon. But the mercy of the spiritual master is unbelievable, especially Srila Prabhupada. We are all under the umbrella of Srila Prabhupada. We are just have the doctrine taught by Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada simply translated everything according to that modern flavor. He gave all that example. Sometimes when you see some of his lectures, you start to see sometimes can be very harsh. But all these for modern flavors. All right. So to that spiritual master Srila Prabhupada, let's offer our obeisances. So with that dedication, we start our program. All right. Okay. We're going to do our Gita Gyan, chapter 16. So let's take darshan. This is from Vrindavan. Such a beautiful deity Srila Prabhupada installed. Nobody knew this deity exists anywhere in the world. And Prabhupada brought them to every town and village. There's one story about this happened in Germany. Okay, I would like to share this thing. Today, we overshoot the time. I think we need to overshoot the time a little bit because today it's going to be a very interesting topic. So anyway, so when his disciple went to Germany to preach, there's a called bus party. So they were traveling in a bus. So while they were traveling in the bus, then they go to this. They went to this outskirt, and there's a beautiful pond in a countryside. So they stopped the bus, and all of them got down and jumped into the pond. And they were swimming, right? In the lake, sorry. They were swimming and having fun. And the people around that neighborhood got worried. They were wondering who's this guy with shaven head with a ponytail, right? And they dress with a bed sheet. They call that, they were wearing bed sheet around. They travel in the boat, they come down and they jump into the water. Who are these guys? They complained. They made a complaint to the police. And the police came, stopped there, say, hey, who are you? I said, no, we are Hare Krishna. I said, what is Hare Krishna? Because that time was very new in West Germany. So then they said, okay, now show me. Then after that, there's it's a bus party, means it's a bus temple. It's a temple. So they go to one place, they do program. They travel everywhere, town and village. So there was a place curtain. All right, there's a curtain there. And he said, then the policeman entered into the thing and says, open the curtain. Open the curtain. And the devotee says, no, my Lord is sleep. My Lord is resting. What Lord is resting? Open the curtain now. No, my Lord is resting. I cannot open the curtain. And they got worried. And they took the gun. He said, you open the curtain now. I'm telling you. Then they pointed the gun at the what they call at the curtain. They point the gun like this. Say, now open. I want it to open because they're scared somebody's behind there. Because they call them as a master. And they refuse to open. Maybe they thought this is some mafia guys. So they point the gun and says, open, open, open. So when they open, they got a shock to see a deity or an idol in their term with the hand raised up. Do you get the thing? Do you understand what I said? Do you got it or not?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So when they point the gun and they're so shocked to see the deity with hands up, and they got a shock. I say, huh? Who is this? They are my Lord. And they said, it's like a stone. Yes, it's a stone. And they were like so shocked because the both deities, Gornitai with raised hand, they thought it's like hands up when they point the gun. So that is some kind of beautiful pastimes. Beautiful pastimes that that all of them experienced. And Srila Prabhupada brought these to every town and village. The surrender mode, all right? That is Sri Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. And this is a beautiful deity of Sri Sri Krishna Balaram in ISKCON Vrindavan. Prabhupada personally installed these deities. And this is Sri Sri Radha. What is the deity's name in Vrindavan? Radha Madhava is in Mayapur. In Vrindavan is Radha Govinda. Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu, what's the name of deity in Vrindavan?
No clue, Prabhu.
Huh?
No clue, Prabhu.
No clue. Okay, okay. Oh my God. Even I'm blurred now. Okay. So this is, okay, Radha Krishna la, in Vrindavan. Look at the face of Radharani, Mother Radharani. So much of love and affection. Right? So now let's decide this mantra. All of us, please hold your hand and recite this mantra. This is Srila Prabhupada's Pranava mantra. Okay. First, I chant the mantra. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. So when you look at this mantra, Namo Vishnu Padaya. Okay, this is the Srila Prabhupada's mantra. Okay, it is always auspicious to chant this mantra first before you chant Hare Krishna. Okay, so what you do, you chant this mantra one time. Okay, before you chant, then this mantra you chant 3 times before you start chanting your Hare Krishna. And of course, then you proceed this with 108. 108 times. Okay, times 16 rounds. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, so 108 times 16 rounds. All right. So now let's recite this mantra. Every one of you, please put your hand together. And if you want to unmute yourself, also you can. If you don't, but I want you to recite it 3 times. Okay. Which mantra are we going to recite? We're going to recite this mantra. Okay. Let's chant this mantra 3 times. Then we start our class. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasatya Deshatarine. We do it again, but now you can also think about offering a garland of flower to Srila Prabhupada, offering some beautiful fragrant flower like lotus flower, rose in your meditation. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Abhay Charana Ravinda Bhakti Vedanta Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Premanande Hari Hari. So we dedicate this program to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And this program is inspired by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj. He's a GBC and also a spiritual master. And also dedicate to my very dear God brother, my dear friend, my mentor, His Grace Anadi Jagannath Prabhu of Bengaluru ISKCON Shishadipuram, creator and brainchild of the Essence of Gita program worldwide. So let's look at today's Gita Mahatmya. Gita Padam Cha Shravanam Ya Karoti Dine Dine Kratavo Vajimedaya Krutastena Sadakshana. So great sacrifice such as Ashwamedha. Ashwamedha sacrifice is one of the sacrifice which is not recommended in Kali Yuga. Not to say not recommended, not allowed in Kali Yuga. All right, they called it as a horse sacrifice. This sacrifice usually they'll take one horse who is the best among all the horse, and they'll let the horse run to all. It just let it run, and behind the soldier will follow. So every place the horse goes, okay, the horse simply get into one kingdom. The king from there either will come, will accept the alliance, or they capture the horse and ask for a war. All right, like that they create the emperor. How to create emperor those days is like this: not simply randomly go and conquer the country and kill the people and this thing. So they call this as the horse thing. Okay, Ashwamedha. So this sacrifice is very costly. You will study in Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, the process after the war over. This what they call what is his name? Yudhishthira Maharaj wanted to do this sacrifice, and it's going to cost so much money until he said he couldn't afford it. So he went and asked Krishna's help. How can we do it? Right? So it's such a huge and very costly, and it's out of the world. And the Brahmana must be very strong. Right? What they'll do, they'll take the meat of the horse they offer. When the thing touches, the horse will be liberated. All right, it'll immediately will get a human body. They don't need to pass through the transmigration. Okay, but of course, this is not supposed to be copied, and is totally prohibited in Kali Yuga. So, what are the things that prohibited in Kali Yuga? What they call eating beef, doing Ashwamedha, horse sacrifice, and number 3 is marrying a brother's wife. You know, sometimes when they say the brother dies and the younger brother will marry, all these are not allowed. Anyway, all these I'm going out of the topic. So anyway, we just understand this. So great sacrifice such as Ashwamedha, along with their remuneration. Because when you want to do this Ashwamedha Yagya, you have to give a big gift. It's going to cost you so much money. Are naturally achieved by one who daily hears and recites the Gita. So what Krishna says in this here, it says, great sacrifice such as Ashwamedha, along with their remuneration. That means when the Brahmanas who come into you have to give them big gift and all this remuneration. Okay, are naturally achieved. All these things achieved naturally. Okay, by one who hears and recites the Gita. You got it? So when a person daily hears and recites Gita, means he is performing the Ashwamedha Yagya on a daily basis. You all follow me on this? Okay. So that is how powerful. So the Ashwamedha Yagya, if a person perform Ashwamedha Yagya, means he is considered a very successful person. All right. It's become very successful. So what they call so that so when a person who simply reads Gita, so he's considered as doing Ashwamedha. So that means he is understood that he is success. All his endeavor will achieve success. How? By one who daily hears and recites the Gita. Any question on this? You all get it?
Yes.
Understood.
Okay. Understood. All right, great. All right, now let's look at the understanding in the Gita. When Sanatan Goswami asked Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu about the Swarupa. What is Swarupa? Can anyone tell me what is Swarupa?
Constitution petition.
Huh?
Constitution petition.
No, no, not that. What is Swarupa?
Come again, Babu?
What is
It-
Swarupa?
Yeah.
What is this called Swarupa?
Servant.
Huh?
Servant. Eternal
Servant? No. Any idea?
Your eternal duty, Babu.
No, not that.
Servant of Krishna, the Lord.
No,
So,
no. Last chance. Anybody?
Constitutional position,
No.
the revival of the
Eternal form. Yes, Kesavan. Fantastic. Your original form. All right. The Swarupa means your original form. Okay, now we are not in our original form. We are in that form which is in a what they call in a gross body. Okay, it's in a gross body. All right. But Swarupa means your original form, the form that your original form in Goloka Vrindavan. Okay, it's the original form. So when Sanatan Goswami asked Sri Chaitanya about the Swarupa of every living being, okay, Swarupa. So what is that original form or original duty of that distinct? So when you have original form, and naturally you have your duty. So it says that about the Swarupa of every living being, the Lord replied, the Swarupa or the constitutional position. Okay, now Prabhupada is mentioning a constitutional position, all right, of the living being is rendering the service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All right. So constitutional, so the Swarupa, Rupa means form, and also it is activity. All right. But the understanding is what we have read initially is Swarupa means our original form. Okay, example, my original form as a soldier, that means what? My job is to go and fight. All right. So the form and the activity. Okay. Or the okay. So he says that rendering service to the Supreme Personality. That is our Swarupa. Okay. If we analyze the statement of Lord Chaitanya, we can easily see that every living being is constantly engaged in rendering service. Right? Every living being, they are constantly engaged in rendering the service. Even the worm in the soil are what they call what is the word? You know, sometimes what makes the soil what?
nourish.
Nourish the soil, nourishes the soil. That means by making hole so that the water can go in. While it's digging, it's also passing the stool, and it also become a fertilizer. All right, it is this thing. Okay, so that means every living entity, we are constantly engaged in rendering service to one another living being. A living being serves another living beings in various capacity. By doing so, the living entity enjoy life. By this service, they enjoy life. The lower animals serve human by being as a servant, serve their master. Like donkey serves the master, the cow serves the master. Example, A serves B, B serves C, and C serves D master, and so on. Under these circumstances, we can see that one friend serves another friend. The mother serves the son. The wife serves the husband serves the wife, and so on. If we go on searching in this spirit, if we go on searching in this spirit, it will be seen that there is no exception in the society of living beings, okay, to the activity of service. So that means there's no one can be accepted. That means there's no such thing that people don't serve. They somehow or other serve each other. All right. The politician presents manifesto, right? Before the election, they give you manifesto for the public to convince them of his capacity for service. The voters therefore give the politician their valuable vote, thinking that he will render valuable service to the society. The shopkeeper serves the customer, and the artisan serves the capitalist serves the family, and the family serves the state in the term of eternal capacity. Okay. Right, in the terms of eternal capacity of the eternal living being. In this way, we can see that no living being is exempt. Right, there's no living being is exempted from rendering service to other living beings. And therefore, we can safely conclude that service is the constant companion of the living being. All right? The service is the constant companion of the living being, and the rendering of the service is the eternal. All right? And the rendering of the service is the eternal religion of the living being. All right? So this is the thing. So we have to go on serve each other. And that is our Swarupa, or the constitutional position, or that means constitutional position in the original position. Actually, who said constitution just now? Actually, you said it right. I just remembered. Constitution means your original position. Who said constitutional position just now?
Me, Prabhu.
You said it. All right.
Oh,
And I think Kripa
Yeah.
Prabhu.
Yeah.
Chong Prabhu. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, let's do our chapter 16 now, the divine and the demoniac nature. All right. So let's look at 16.1, verse 1 to verse 3. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Abhayam Sattva Shangshuddhir Gyana Yoga Vyavastitihi Danang Damascha Yaknascha Swadhyayascha Tapas Swadhyayas Tapa Arjavam Ahimsa Satyam Akrodas Tyaga Shantir Apaishunam Daya Bhuteshvaloluptvam Mardavam Hiri Achapalam Tejashama Dhritir Shaucham Adroho Nati Manita Bhavanti Sampadang Daivim Abhijatasya Bharatam. Okay, again. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Abhayam Sattva Shangshuddhir Jnana Yoga Vyavastitihi Danang Damascha Yaknascha Swadhyayastapa Arjavam Ahimsa Satyam Akrodas Tyaga Shantir Apaishunam Daya Bhuteshvaloluptvam Mardavam Hirir Achapalam Mardavam Hirir Achapalam Teja Shama Dirti Shaucham Adrohanati Manita Bhavanti Sampadang Daivim Abhijatasya Bharata. So, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, fearlessness, purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity. Okay, again. The Supreme Personality says fearlessness. Okay, fearlessness, purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, self-control, performance of sacrifice, study of the Vedas, austerity, simplicity, non-violence, truthfulness, okay, freedom from anger, renunciation, tranquility, aversion from or to fault finding, compassion for all living entities, all right, compassion for all living entities, freedom from covetousness, gentleness, modesty, steady determination, vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, cleanliness, freedom from envy, all right, from passion for honor. These transcendental qualities of son of Bharata, what happened? It belongs to a godly man endowed with divine nature. Okay, now let's look at this. So, what Krishna says here, okay, he says the fearlessness, okay, abhayam means fearlessness, okay, sattva, purification of one side, sattva shangshuddhir, okay, jnana yoga, jnana means intelligence, yoga means linking with God, okay, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, okay, danam means charity, self-control, damas, yakna means performing sacrifice, okay, swadaya tapa arjavam, that is study of the Vedas, austerity, tapa arjavam, ahimsa means, of course, everyone knows, is a quite famous word in the world, right? The Gandhi movement, the ahimsa movement, that means what they call non-violence, Satyam. Satyam means truthfulness. Freedom from anger. Akrodha. Krodha means anger. What is it? What type of anger? Krodha means the anger that kills. All right? The very anger, the anger that cannot be controlled. Okay? Uncontrolled anger. Krodha. So when you put a means it's opposite. Akrodha. So that means freedom from anger. Tyaga. Tyaga means renunciation or sacrifice. Also we call sacrifice. Tyaga. Shantir apeshunam. Tranquility. Tranquility means you are always peace. You are always in what they call you are not agitated. Okay. Aversion for fault finding. Daya bhuteshva. Okay. No fault finding. Compassion. Okay. 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 Compassion for all living entities. Then freedom from covetousness. Okay. What is covetousness? Yes. Okay. Covetousness means you do not what they call you do not aspire for other people's property. Right? When suddenly I see you driving a Mercedes, you what this flow? All right. Sometimes the teachers will get frustrated. The person I teach now, the fellow is very rich. Right? Or being jealous. Then we feel like taking their property away. All right. Gentleness. Shama. All right. Shaucham. Modesty. Steady determination. Okay. Then Vigo. Vigo means this thing, bravery. All right. Forgiveness. Okay. Fortitude. Cleanliness. Shaucham. Okay, now the word is Shaucham. I was wondering where is it? Taja, Shama, Dhriti, Shaucham. Shaucham means, or in Malay we call Suci. All right, Suci. Shaucham also we call Suci. That means cleanliness. Freedom from envy. Shaucham. Adroha. Droho nati. Adroha. All right, passion for honor. Passion for freedom from envy and from the passion for honor. So that means you are not envious. Okay, you see people, you're successful, you become so frustrated, right? And the passion for honor. So these kind of things. Okay. Bhavanti sampadam daivim. Daivim means it's like a divine. Right? So these kind of qualities of Bharata belong to the godly man endowed with divine nature. Okay. Now let's look at it like this. All right. So what are the people who have this kind of divine nature? Fearlessness, abhayam. Okay. Abhayam. Abhayam means fearless. So the person who have abhayam is in which ashram? Varna ashram. That means these are usually the people who are in sannyasa ashram. Sannyasa means they only depend on Krishna and they have got nothing. They have no claim any sort of anything. All right. They are totally fearless. So there is sannyasa. So that means the comment is these are the people completely dependent of Lord's mercy. Okay. Purification is one existence. Sannyasis. Strictly following the rules and regulation, especially forbidden intimate association with a woman. See, like for instance, a brahmachari and the sannyasi are not even allowed to associate with their mother's sister. Okay, it is not allowed. Though even they can't even look at, they can't even go and hug their mother or the sister, or they sit with them and eat. No, you can't. All right, who? The sannyasi and also the brahmachari. These are the people who don't do that. Okay, because they are in the mode of like renunciation. Okay. Then cultivation of knowledge, sannyasa. So give knowledge to the householder. The varna is the sannyasa's job. They give knowledge to the householder. So the job of a sannyasi is to go and travel and to train and teach others. Okay. Especially to the householders. That means the grahastas. Charity. Who should suppose to give charity? The grahasta. So that means the grahasta is the one that works, right? And the grahasta, that means the married men, they go to work, they earn money. So these are the only things. So when you look at grahasta, so brahmachari, first is brahmachari, student, grahasta, married man, vanaprastha, retired, sannyasi is renounced. Out of these three people, out of these four, the three people are not making money, right? They are, brahmachari means they're student, vanaprastha means they're retired, sannyasi means they are renounced. The one and only one that earns is grahasta. So it is the duty of grahasta to maintain the institution and maintain the brahmanas, maintain the brahmacharis and maintain the sannyasis. So how? By doing their charity. All right.
So how they need to do? They have to do in the mode of goodness, in the right place, time, and to especially to the right person. Okay, and the mode of goodness means they have to give with so much of respect. Not not take and go la cha go. Not that way. With so much of respect. Okay, self-control means all, especially grahastha. Grahastha must learn. That means all the married men must learn self-control. Okay, why? Sex life should be used only for propagation Krishna conscious children. See, sex is something very powerful. Our semen, the semen of the man, that day I was reading somewhere, 1 ounce of semen, it takes few liters of blood or something like that. I can't recall. All right, I was listening to one talk by a doctor. He says 1 ounce. So it is a life force, and it's very powerful thing. So it shouldn't be simply wasted in randomly this thing. So that means Krishna says that what he says, the self-control means, especially the grahastha, they must be learn how to control themselves. That's why the brahmachari, the gurukul, the brahmachari ashram is very important. In brahmachari ashram, until 25, the boys are trained. They train of these self-control, and most important, they are trained to respect women. All right, women. They shouldn't look at every woman as the sex symbol. They should look at every woman as a mother, because that's what the Shastra says. Other than your wife, every woman is your mother. A man born with 6 mothers. The first is the mother that delivers us. Second is the mother that receives us, like the nurse. The nurse is our second mother. Third is the mother. See, when the mother dies or what, okay, see, the mother cannot breastfeed. We can still rely on cow's milk. Sometimes nowadays you see all that formula milk, like Dumex and all these formula, all made from cow's milk, right? So the milk comes from the cow. So the cow is our third mother. And the fourth mother is the mother that holds you, the Mother Earth. Okay. The fifth mother is the mother of your the wife of your spiritual master is your mother. Okay. Then the sixth mother, other than your wife, every woman are your mother. But in between, there's another mother we call the king's wife. Of course, here we don't have the king and all this. Of course, we have all the bogus type. But the king's mother. But anyway, also another mother is called, other than your wife, every woman are your mother. Even to look at them in a very lusty way, it is dangerously sinful. Right? A child, that's why when you look at our culture, especially in Tamil, we call everybody Amma. We call a small baby Amma. We call a young girl Amma. We call our mother as Amma, even an old lady. It's a standard term for any feminine, we call it Amma. Amma. All right? But we don't call our wife Amma. All right? So other than your wife. That's why in Hare Krishna, we call every woman a Matajis. Okay? Mata means mother. Ji means respectfully addressing them. So other than your wife, every woman is your mother. So we have to train our children, train our boys especially, to be very respectful to women. Okay? At the same time, we also bring up our daughters in a very in a proper way. If we have daughters, we have to bring them up in a very cultural way. Sometimes nowadays they are talking about women rights. So what are the bogus women rights they're talking about? They say equal opportunity, equal this, equal that. Yes. But equal opportunity means doesn't give you the freedom of dressing as you like. Okay? Because you must understand the opposite sex means it's attraction. All right? When a person, the opposite part, it attracts. Like a negative and positive, it attracts. Yes or not? Even the magnet, even the thing, it stuck, it sticks. So the women has to be trained up in a very nice way. Train up to be very respectful, because the mother is a very powerful person. That's why they are called as Shakti, because they have that power to bring forth a child to this world. Yes or not? A man can never tolerate a little pain or so, but a woman can tolerate a labor pain, which is considered like a rebirth to them. So self-control, everyone have to follow. That means that even the girls and the boys. If we're going to let go them randomly, that creates problem. But if your children are well trained, even though they are living in a random condition, random situation, still they can be under control. Okay. If not, Varna Shankara will appear. Varna Shankara means unwanted children, unwanted population. All right. Now it's becoming very rampant. Okay. So sacrifice, Grahastha. So sacrifice Sankirtana Yagya for the age. So the Grahasthas will go and do, okay. Vedic studies, brahmacharis. The brahmachari will still do brahmacharis, engagement of the mind in the study of the Vedic literature. So austerity, everyone have to perform austerity. That means all the 4 ashram have to follow the austerity. Okay, what is austerity? Is mind, body, mind, tongue. Okay, detail in chapter 17, we study that. Body, mind, tongue. Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam. Okay, then you see udara vegam, right? So what he says in the Nectar of Instruction, Rupa Goswami mentions this very, very, very clearly. What he says is, okay, let me get the translation for you. Okay, it says, Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jiva vegam, udaro pasta vegam, etan veganyo vishahe tadiraha, sarvang apimam prithivim sa shishyat. It means a sober person who can tolerate the urge of speech. All the trouble in the world starts when the person starts to open the mouth. The country goes into the war because of the urge of speech. The people are fighting. Even as I said many years ago when I was young, around 20s, I was in a full-time devotee in SGM KL, in KL Center. I was under brahmachari training. During the time, I used to follow 2 devotees, Siva Chaitanya Prabhu and Mahavaraha Prabhu. I followed them to this Kajang prison. That time they just newly opened Kajang. They transferred all the prisoners from Pudu. They went to Kajang. So I was there. I mean, not as an inmate. I went there to preach. So first time we went. And I was young. I was around 19 or 20. And of course, these 2 senior devotees were there. And we saw all the inmates. All inmates. What is this? No. Suddenly one guy asked a very intellectual question. You know, when Prabhupada say like this, can I understand like that? Oh, we were so shocked. He quoted Prabhupada. And we were like, wow. Then we just like behave ourselves right now. Okay, we know, okay, these are not ordinary people. Even though they are prisoners, they are intelligent people. After all that preaching, then we asked, why you end up here? What went wrong? Right? There's one person say something very bad about his wife, about his mother. Right? They just say something. Because of his speech, he just say, your mother is this, is it. Suddenly he got angry, he just gave him a tie slap and he died. So murder without intention, 7 years imprisonment. Right? Because of his speech, he got killed. Right? And then the mind's demand, the actions of the anger and the urges of the tongue, belly and genitals is qualified to make disciple all over the world. So this is one of the things. All right? So what he says here, so austerity is austerity of the body. We will study this very nicely in chapter 17 and 18. All right, what is austerity of the body? What is austerity of the mind? And what is austerity of the tongue? Very important. Okay, we will study this as we go on. Simplicity. So we always have to be very simple and straightforward, not complicated. All right. If you have a simple life, you do not need to beat around the bush. If you have a simple life, if you have a complicated life, you have to act very complicated way. You have to act, pretend, like Prabhu, Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu, I thought of asking you this. Are you there, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, when you are the royal physician for the Agong, for the king, were you trained with the protocol, drinking tea, eating food, the way you handle the fork and spoon? Did you underwent the training, the protocol training?
I was moving with him from the age of 23 as friends, Prabhu.
So
I
you
don't
mean
have
the Sultan?
all that, Prabhu.
Mm.
So you could do, as far as I'm concerned, at that time, I couldn't even speak Malay.
No, what I'm asking, the protocol of eating and drinking in their dining table.
I usually use my hand.
Use your hand to eat.
Yeah, in the local palace area, I use my hand. If I go,
No, Not the palace, bro. I'm talking when you travel.
Okay, you use a broken phone. Yeah, not train, but it comes with. Yeah, I was in the cadet now, so you know
Oh,
all this from National Cadet Corps, bro.
oh, okay. No, because I saw that in a YouTube the day, in a Facebook, they were teaching about protocol. So you get a tea. In the tea, you put a sugar. You cannot take the thing and stir like the you cannot do that. You have to hold the spoon and simply spin 1, 1, 2, 3. Then front, back, 12, 6, 12, 6. Then you have to take it and you put it in front. If you put it at the back, when you drink, it will fall off to you. So you have to put it in front. And you have to sit straight. And the way you hold the thing, you carry and you drink. Can you imagine how complicated life is?
Yeah. And when
Especially,
they want soap, they got to take it in a spoon and see you are sitting erect and then go to your mouth. By the time everything already down now.
yeah. And somehow you just need to put your mouth. You just put your mouth and just sip. You cannot. So this is the thing, simplicity. If you're going to have a complicated way, you have to be very complicated. So simplicity means simple and very straightforward. Simple life. Non-violence means not checking progressive life of any other living entity. That means non-violence means you are not checking progressive life. That means you're not killing the animal halfway, because we understand that all the animals are progressing. From chicken body, they're going into this goose. Then from the goose, you go into the ostrich. From the ostrich, maybe it turns into like a dog or buffalo or whatever. It keep going. It's moving one by one. And halfway you kill it. And then you have to come back again. Right? And see, like chicken, every 2 weeks you kill the chicken. And imagine how many times the chicken have to be born before it finishes their quota. And that also, egg also they fry and eat. Even in the womb, they get killed. All right? I'm telling you, egg is the most nastiest, the most, what should I say? The most cruel food. Cruel. Right? They inject the chicken and they electrocute the chicken. And the egg is basically something like what they call see, when the chicken start to, when the eggs start to form in the body, with the hormone and everything, when it start to form, they electrocute the chicken. Before the life appears in the chicken will have like something like abortion. And these some idiots, some jokers, bogus.
Abortion, really abortion, bro.
Really abortion, huh?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. It is just like an abortion. And these rascals, Hindus, the Buddhists, or the so-called vegetarians, they say egg is vegetarian. How can it be? It's the most cruel form of food. Extremely cruel. They electrocute. That's why those days in Tamil they call karandu muttai. Do you all remember not karandu muttai? Any one of you use the term? Any one of you have you used that term before? Have you heard about that term?
Not me, bro.
Oh, you have not heard it, eh?
No.
No, they used to call karandu muttai. I was thinking, what karandu muttai? That means, like, I was thinking, what is karandu? That means it's like electric egg. What is that? Then only I realized. All right. When my friend who are very poor, they can't afford to buy a chicken. They used to go and buy they call ayam pencin, the retired chicken. I say, what is the retired chicken means? They electrocute the chicken until the chicken cannot give any more egg. They send to the slaughterhouse. So they call the retired chicken. In Malay, they call ayam pencin. They say the meat is so hard and because it's electrocuted. So when they give the hormone, when the thing start to produce the egg and they electrocute like that, all the egg will drop down. All right. It's like that. All right. So they call karandu mutta or the electrocuted. So there's a kind of egg. And I don't know how they can put omega and all these kind of nonsense things. I'm not sure. So the non-violence means not checking the progressive life of any living entity. If you think like of course, to be a vegetarian is the most preferred way of life. But if you can't, it's okay. All right. Because you must know that you have the strong desire to give up this kind of thing. So you must give it up eventually because this is violence and you have to carry that karma. So how are you going to do it? You just go on chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra daily. You read the Bhagavad Gita daily. And one day you'll come to the level you understand, you start to get a higher taste. when you get the higher taste, this mundane taste, the mundane taste will just go by itself. Right? Even like I was not a born vegetarian, and I came in a hardcore carnivore family. My grandfather used to slaughter his own goat. Because we had a big company. We got almost 30 over staff. And I've got a cook. My grandfather used to have a personal cook all the way from India. He cooks. Imagine to feed those days, the workers stay, because we had a quarters for them. They stay in the quarters, and the food, morning, breakfast, lunch, and dinner provided by the company. Okay, so my grandfather had a big company, and with big, so he and they can't afford to buy the meat outside. They just simply they bring a goat and they slaughter. Every Wednesday they slaughter the goat. All right. So that kind of family, and of course I also had a big struggle. Of course, vegetarian became normal, but to give up like egg and all this, I had a big struggle. But eventually given up. When you get a higher taste, the mundane taste will go. You have to aspire to do that. Okay. Because we cannot say I'm in denial. It never happened. Even if even a child in denial touches the fire, it still burns. All right. So this is the thing. Okay. Don't struggle on it. Just leave it to Krishna and pray to Krishna. Krishna, please remove the taste. But please, on a vegetarian day, don't add egg thinking that egg is vegetarian. Go and tell everyone around you. Egg is a terribly violent food. It is not a vegetarian at all. Okay. So truthfulness. All right, everyone, not distort to the truth of some personal interest. That means you don't simply beat around the bush for your personal interest, like especially like misinterpret Bhagavad Gita. There's so many people sometimes misinterpret Bhagavad Gita for their own personal gain. Okay, because I want to be successful. Now I want to have something, I want to have a follower. They misinterpret Bhagavad Gita. Freedom from anger. Okay, even if there's a provocation, even you're provoked, okay, one should be tolerant, because you must understand, because so far in this Bhagavad Gita, we understood there's a three separate thing. One is a gross body. Second is a subtle body. And the third is a soul. So the soul is always pure and natural. The agitation starts in between the subtle body. The gross body only react. But the subtle body, the mind, intelligence, ego is the one that's fighting among themselves. So now you understand. So now he says, okay, whatever things they're going to say about you is not even referring to the subtle body. He's only going to talk to that gross body, which is not functioning. It only functions when the person, just like the car in front, right? The car is in front of my house. So the car is dead. Until I go in and start the car come to life. When somebody come and spit on my car, when somebody just like to scratch the car, I didn't see it. So that means the effect is happening on the car. All right. But if I see it, I'll get angry. But I didn't see it. So similarly, whatever things that happen to you, you must understand it's only happening to the gross body. It's not actually happening to you. All right. So that's how you can actually come to that level of freedom of anger. But of course, all these things we can speak theoretically, but practically sometimes it is very agitating. Therefore, again, as I said, we have to surrender to Krishna and seek his blessings. So even there's a provocation, one should be tolerant. Anger is the product of passion and lust. Renunciation. Everyone have to practice renunciation. That means use things properly in Krishna's service. So that means we don't simply waste. Okay. Everything you have to use properly for the sake of Krishna. Tyaga. Okay. Tranquility means peaceful and equipoised. Everyone have to be tranquil. Okay. Now, aversion to fault finding. Everyone. No necessary fault finding. Okay, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, the spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada said, never find any fault on people. If you think you're perfect, then you do it. But the problem is we are not perfect. We have no right to find fault. The only person you can do is to find fault on your children, to chastise them. Or the spiritual master find fault on the disciple. But other than that, we have no right to find fault on anyone. Okay? Even they are Muslims or Christians or Jew or whatever it is. No, we have no right to find any fault. Because we are not that perfect to find fault. Okay. So, not unnecessary. Okay. Compassion for all living entities. So, the compassion for all living entities, how do you do it? Give spiritual knowledge. Right? Like you distribute prasadam. You give away books and holy name. You give prasadam. You encourage people to read Bhagavad Gita, the distribution. Or you encourage people to chant Hare Krishna. Are you stressed? Or you feel frustrated, why not you start chanting? Try chanting Hare Krishna. See how it works on you. Right? So freedom from covetousness, that means greedy. So that means covetousness means greedy. That means you're greedy over other people's property. All right? So you are free. You are free from that. That means by giving charity and renunciation. Gentleness means friendliness to all living entities. You are friendly to everything. Modesty means do not perform abominable action and be very modest. Don't do all these kind of nonsense things, abominable. Okay? Steady determination. That means you're not agitated or frustrated in this effort, regardless of failure. All right? Sometimes when you start to see failure and all this, you're not agitated. And vigor. Vigor means vigor. I don't know whether they put a vigor. Yeah, vigor. So vigority. So vigor means Kshatriya, the army men, soldiers, able to give protection to those who need it. So these are the things. And we talk about forgiveness. So forgiveness means all, especially Kshatriya. Kshatriya must learn how to forgive. So that's the reason that India was easily conquered. When the Mughal came and conquered, the Mughal king said, I'm sorry. Okay, go. When the king turned back, they stepped at the back. That is how India was conquered. All right? Because of betrayal. Because it is trained in the Vedic system. The Kshatriya is the one that everyone has to be forgiving, but especially Kshatriya must be able to forgive. So forgive minor offense to others. When one is able to curb down his enemies, he may under certain conditions show his forgiveness. All right? So forgiving is very important. Fortitude, especially Kshatriya. Mental and emotional strength. Mentally, emotionally must be strong, facing difficult situation. Not only Kshatriya, but everyone have to be that. Cleanliness, everyone. That means the internal, that means cleanliness internally means your mind and heart. External means body in dealing with others. So that's why cleanliness is recommended that we all must bathe at least 3 times a day. First thing in the morning, upon waking up. Second, before you take your lunch. Third is in the evening. You have to bathe 3 times. You have to bathe when you cut your fingernails. You have to bathe when you cut your hair. Okay, and also you have to bathe when you go toilet. All right, when you go toilet means when you go past stool, you have to bathe. It's very important. Okay, so that is some of the standards. Okay, but now I'm working. What can I do? Of course, like cannot laugh. So you bathe in the morning, and of course come back immediately. You take your bath. Okay, freedom from envy. Everyone must have, not resentful or others. Freedom from passion for honor. Everyone have to practice it, especially Shudras. The Shudras means the lower category, the what do you call the servants. Okay, Shudra means the one who serves everyone. Right? What? Must respect others. One should not be puffed up with unnecessary prestige and honor, but remain in one's own status. Right? So it's very important. So all these things are important. So freedom from passion and honor. All right. So with that, we'll take a short break. Now it's already 8:57. Shall we take a short 3 minutes break?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. We take a short break and we'll continue.
Sorry, Prabhu.
Yes. I thought
My-
3 make it, right?
My class got cancelled, Prabhu.
Oh,
My
okay.
another class got cancelled, so I enter back.
Oh, good. Okay. Now, let's look at this 16.4. So, 16.4. Dambo darpo bimanascha kroda parushyam evacha anyanam chabijatasya partha sampadam asurim. So, Krishna says here, those pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance. So these are the qualities belong to those who are demonic nature or son of Prata. All right. So these are the people that we see, those who, okay, how to identify a demoniac person who are in nature of demons. That means those who are pride. They got so much of pride and they are very arrogant. Conceit. Okay, they have a lot of plans to cheat and everything. Anger. Harshness and ignorance. All right. So these qualities belong to those who are in demoniac nature. And 16.5, Krishna says, Daivi sampat vimokshaya nibandhyas Nibandaya Surimata Ma Shucha Sampadang Daivim Abhijatosi Pandava. So that means Daivi. Daivi means transcendental qualities, divine. All right. The transcendental qualities are conducive to liberation. Okay. So that means the transcendental qualities, that means these divine qualities is very conducive. It is very nice, all right, for liberation. Whereas the demoniac qualities make for bondage. So when we have demoniac qualities, we get bonded. So we can more and more bondage. So we cannot come out of it. Okay, example, as I said, the example, because of that first sudden surge of anger, krodha, he gave him a Thai slap and the fellow died. Just one slap, he died. Because of that, he was imprisoned. He went into the prison for 7 years. So it created bondage. So that means all these demonic qualities make for bondage. So do not worry, O son of Pandu, for you are born with divine qualities. So Krishna assuring Arjuna that don't worry, you are born with divine qualities. 16.6 Shri Bhagavan Vacha Dvaubhuta Sargalokesmin Daiva Sura Evacha Daivo Vistarasha Prokta Asurang Partha Me Shrinu. O son of Pritha, in this world there are two kinds of created beings. So in this world there's two types of created beings. One is called divine and the other called demoniac. I have already explained to you all the length of divine qualities. Now hear from me of the demoniac. What are the demoniac? Asura. Asuram, right? Or in Tamil also we call Asuran. Okay, now hear from me. What is the demoniac qualities? 7. Pravrittim cha nivirtim cha jana na vidur asura na shaucham na pichacharo na satyang teshu vidyate. Na means no. Pravrittim cha. Pravritti means purity. No purity, no this thing, all right? So those who are demoniac do not know what is to be done and what is not to be done. I mean, those who are in demonic nature, they don't know what to be done and what is not to be done. Neither cleanliness nor proper behavior. That means they are not clean, no proper behavior, nor truth found in them. Okay, na shaucham, cleanliness, na pichachar, all right? So this kind of no truth, na satyam. Na satyam means, na means no, satyam means truth. So there's no proper cleanliness, no proper behavior, and no truth can be found in them. Okay, text 13 to 15. Edam madhyamaya labdam emang prapshe manoratam edam astidam api me bhavishyati punardanam asau maya hata shatrur hanishye chaparannapi ishvaroham ahang bogi siddhohang balavan sukhi adyo bijanavan asmi konyosti dasadrisho maya yakshe dasyami modishya ityajnana vimohita. The demonic person thinks. Okay, now Krishna says what the demonic person thinks. So much of wealth do I have today, and I will gain more according to my scheme. So much is mine now, and it will increase in the future more and more. He is my enemy, and I have killed him, and my other enemies will also be killed. I am the Lord of everything. I am the enjoyer. I am perfect, powerful, and happy. I am the richest man surrounded by aristocratic relatives. There is none so powerful and happy as I am. I shall perform sacrifice. I shall give some charity, and thus I shall rejoice. In this way, such persons are deluded by ignorance. Okay? So sometimes we see for the people who are in a, so example in Kali Yuga, okay, what we can think of, say we talk about some businessmen, all right? He's such a businessman and he's always thinking about, see in business world, there's one thing in common. What do you call the word? What is the word? Monopoly. Every business wants to monopolize. I create something so that I can monopoly the market. In fact, I also did that. I brought apart from Japan, there's no one had in Malaysia. I brought two. One is the mini excavator, the small tiny excavator to dig what they call small drain. All right. And it also can drill. Okay. And it also can be used for farming, small farming. Okay. No one brought it. So I was the first to bring it. Second was the boom crane. The in the lorry behind, there's a crane. Right. They don't need to depend on forklift. They just take in this. I was first to bring in this country. So every businessman wants to bring something and to capture the market. When they see someone comes, as what they call as a threat. Okay, they come, they want to capture my business. So sometimes they kill. It also happened in my family. One of my cousins were murdered. This happened around, I was already, it's happened around 20, she's 21, 22. Around 23, 24 years ago, right? There was a person who had this, okay, this happened in Sungai Petani, Kedah, right? There's one person was having he brought in a very famous honey business, honey, all right? He brought a concept of honey, which you can take it on a daily basis for good health. And it was such a huge business, honey, all right? He was capturing the market. And my cousin brother, you know what he did? He always loved to go and see what are the popular business. He liked to bring something to fight the market. So he brought in the same formula honey, but of course with a different branding. And he started to give a threat to that main guy. And eventually my cousin brother got murdered. All right. The cousin brother got murdered. So like that. So it's quite common, especially, all right, in business life. Okay, so that means I have so much of wealth today. In fact, I also have like I've seen. Okay, I'm quoting from my side of the family. I like somehow my cousin, I got so much of wealth, and I was thinking I want to create more and more. All right, like the day I was watching that one hierarchy from the past 20 years, the richest man in the country. Right. So suddenly Robert Koch was rich. Then suddenly that time I think Ananda Krishnan brought in this Astro, and suddenly he became richer. Then he introduced Maxis, he became rich, and suddenly this fellow come. So they were fighting each other. They want to bring in more and more business that I've never thought before. They want to capture the market. They want to monopolize the market. All right. And they see them, they're going up and down. So that means I want to gain more and more according to my scheme. I got so much now. And of course, it will increase in the future more and more. So they're always thinking about this thing. And he's my enemy. He's going to be a threat to me. He's going to bring a lot of business, so I kill him. All right. And there's another enemy, or sometimes in business world, all right, if suddenly one person is coming with a new business, I create another business to kill him. So the person will go bankrupt. All right. So like that. So it's a fight. Okay. I'm the Lord of everything. I am the king, King Gita, or something like that. Right. So I am the enjoyer. I'm perfect. I'm powerful. I'm happy. I am the richest man surrounded by aristocrat family. Sometimes I will remember when I was doing business, when I drive. All right. Suddenly I see one car in the back. Purchasable. Suddenly I go, I say, oh, look at the building. Look nice. Just go and buy. Right. No second thought. Buy. So this kind of, that's why Krishna gave me a tie step. I said, yeah, you sit down. Anyway, at first I was very angry, but of course now thinking about it, I'm very happy with Krishna's decision. Anyway, so out of the topic. So now, sometimes when you say, it also happened in my family. So sometimes when I go to India or sometimes they ask, who are you? I am related to so and so. Oh, you are related to that person? Yes. I got an uncle who was extremely rich in my clan. I used to go there. Once to go to Rameswaram, I need to go to a place to stay. And they said, I'm from this caste. That's a place where they got caste, the Chettiar and all these fellas. I just went there. I need to tell them. Well, I want to say, how? Do you know this person? Yes, he's my uncle. How? He's Thai Maman. His mother's younger brother is my grandfather. Oh, very, very close. Yes. So they give me VIP place. These kind of mad things is happening. And I'm so ashamed about it. Right now I'm thinking about it, so ashamed. So this is all in ignorance. It's all demoniac qualities. All right. So simply want to show, oh, this is my family member, that is my family member. Okay. That's none powerful and happy as I am. I shall perform. Although we do perform sacrifice, do big sacrifice. It's quite common. You can see in Klang. If you go to Klang, there's a Vishnu temple, Klang Perumal temple. You can go there. You see, especially when they have this Protasi or whatever their festival. A person who take the Ubayam on the day, he will dress up in a fine clothes, and the wife will look exactly like Lakshmi, with all the golden ornament. From far, you know who's the person doing it. And when they do, they look around. Did anyone? With so much of pride. They're supposed to do it very humbly for Vishnu, but they do it out of so much of pride. It's very common there. Okay. So then I give some little charity and I shall rejoice. So this is the person in the ignorance. So you got it? Now, 1920. Tanaham dvishata kruran shangshareshu naradaman shepamya jashram ashuban ashurishveva yonishu asurim yonim apanna mudda janmani mam aprapyaiva kaunteya tato yantya damangatim. So those who are envious and mischievous, Krishna says, those who are envious and mischievous, who are the lowest among men. So that means we understand those who are people who are very envious and very mischievous, they are the lowest among men. And Krishna said this very clearly. I perpetually cast into the ocean of material existence. I throw them into that ocean of material existence. In where? Into various demoniac species of life. Right? Like for instance, you go to that in India, there's a Nicobar, the Andaman Island. There's another island. The Indian government says nobody can go in because the people there, the inhabitants there are still very barbaric. They kill. So that means a person like this will throw into this kind of demonic fantasy. And after that, they'll fall down into this kind of very abominable species of life, that is animal kingdom. So attaining repeated birth and death among the species of demoniac life. O son of Kunti, such person can never approach me. Gradually, they sink down to the most abominable type of existence. They start to sink, like Titanic start to sink. From here, start to sink into this kind of animal way, and that's it. Gone in wilderness. 21. Trividam narakasyedam. Narakash means hell. Dwaram nasanam atmana. Kama krodas tata lobas. Tasmat etat trayang tyajet. Kama, lust, krodha, anger, loba, greed. So there's a three kind of gates leading to hell. There are three gates leading to this hell. Okay, dwaram, okay, three vidam. Three means three. Vidam, naraka. Naraka means hell. So there are three gates leads to this hell. That is lust, anger, and greed. And Krishna says every sane man, everyone who is sane, that means they are not mad, they are very intelligent, should give this up, for they lead to a degradation of the soul. So you are degraded. So that means, what are the three gates to hell? Lust, greed, and anger. So how to find out? I always encourage you to have a book, right? Get a journal. Every day you write what happened on that day. Example, today I woke up, this thing happened, no? Suddenly I saw this, suddenly this thing, all these things happened. And in the evening, okay, after you write down, you try to relate that according to the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Have I had this kind of character today? Did I had the character of lust or greed, or did I have anger with someone? Krodha, right? So that means you know. Oh, so that means you write there, and next day, when the same situation like that, that's going to create a lust, greed, or anger, you know how to check and balance. So like that, you have to check and balance on a daily basis. Check yourself. Don't be a random person. All right, get a scrapbook. Okay, the empty book. Just write down what you did today, because this is what taught to me by my mentor. All right, my mentor is His Grace Pran Govinda Prabhu from Alachua, America. He was in the class. He always says, "Okay, every day write down your journal. What did you do? Every day check and balance. Did you do this? Try to rectify the next day." And how the rectification happens? Consciously. You do it consciously. Doesn't think so, or doesn't happen this thing. Okay. So that means every sane man should give this up. 23. Ya sastra vidim ustrijya vartate kamakarata nasa siddhim avapnoti na sukam na parangatim. He who discards scriptural injunction, that means throw away scripture injunction, discard, and act according to his own whims in his imagination. That means he act according to his likes and dislikes, attains neither perfection nor happiness, nor the supreme destination. So what are the things like this kind of 4 character? Meat eating, right? Illicit sex, gambling, and also intoxication. So these 4 kind of character, it is degrading a person. Can you see the back is a bomb? It's like an atomic bomb. So this kind of 4 kinds of character, we have this kind of thing. It is just like an atomic bomb. Boom. Everything destroys. Okay. Hellish condition of life is guaranteed. Okay. 24. Tasmat chastrang para pramanaste karya vivastito nyatva shastra vidanoktam karma kartum iharhasi. So one should therefore understand what is duty and what is not duty. He should know, right? We should understand what is duty and what is not duty. How? By the regulation of the scripture, right? Example, now as I say, okay, now whatever you do, whatever things you do, you just give it to Krishna. Example, now I'm going to work, I get the money and I take the money and I just offer to Krishna so that all my activity become devotional service. My attempt to go to work, performing my duty, in that duty got a lot of thank you, which is not devotional service, but because I take that fruit of that job, that means I take the money and offer to Krishna, consider all my job, all the activities I do becomes devotional service. All right. But now the question is, if I'm a butcher, I slaughter cow, I slaughter goat, I slaughter chicken and all these kind of things. So I take the fruit, I take the money that earn and I offer it to Krishna. Can it be killing the cow, killing the goat, killing the chicken, fish and all these become devotional service? Do you understand what I'm saying? Everyone? Do you understand what I say?
Yes, yes.
So that means I am doing abominable activity by being a butcher and I taking the money and offer it to Krishna. Can my job as a butcher becomes devotional service? So that's what Krishna says here. One should therefore understand what is duty and what is not duty. Right? How? By the regulation of the scripture. So the scripture says killing an animal is a sin. Engage in the killing of the animal is also sin. So when I think I want to do that, of course, it is not advisable. So knowing such rules and regulation, one should act so that he may gradually be elevated. So by knowing such rules and regulation, first you get to know them, then you practice. So, and regulation, one should act so that he may gradually be elevated. That means he should gradually be elevated from that condition. It happened before. There's one devotee who is he is a very senior devotee. He is a veterinarian. He was working with the government abattoir. Abattoir means slaughterhouse. He's a veterinarian. He's the one that approves the cow, say that the cow is healthy, can send for killing. Right? Anytime they're going to do this festival or whatever. So before they slaughter the cow, goat, or pig, I think you have to give the approval. Yeah, they are healthy to be killed, to consume. He was that. But after he came to Krishna conscious, he started to understand all these things. He resigned his job as a veterinarian doctor. He resigned. Okay, because he knows he should understand the duty and regulation of scripture. Knowing such rules and regulation, he should try to act. So he gave up his job. He resigned. All right. Imagine how fortunate he is to know this. All right. So now, and there's a 4 yugas in Satya Yuga. Okay, now let's look at the demons. In Satya Yuga, demons and demigods were in different planet. Okay, the demons in one planet, the demigods in one planet. In Treta Yuga, demons and demigods in different cities. Like we talk about Ayodhya and Lanka. Okay, Sri Lanka, there's a Ravana was there. So they are in different countries, cities. In Dwapara Yuga, demon and demigods in the same family. Right? That means they have a Kaurava and Pandava. So Kauravas, even though this thing, but they are very demonic in nature. But in Kali Yuga, divine and demoniac qualities live in the same person. So every human being in this world, they have the divine quality and the demonic quality. So we should act in such a way we should work in such a way to elevate our divine quality by suppressing the demoniac quality. Because we have been living in this demoniac quality all this while. All right. Even before you come to Krishna consciousness, you have been living a demoniac quality by eating meat, eating these, by gambling, all the kind of things. Just imagine easy sex, drinking wine, whiskey, brandy, all these things. So all these. So now when we come to devotional service, when you start to chant Hare Krishna, when you start to read Bhagavad Gita, when you start to distribute RDC, you see eventually, gradually, all this demoniac quality becomes suppressed and the divine quality will start to manifest. All right. It is very, very important. All right. So that's a thing. So example, like for instance, it's quite common, especially if you look at this astrology. When a person makes, if you got an astrological chart, you start to see Gana. All right. There's Gana means what is your quality? There's 3 types of Gana: Manushya Gana, Deva Gana, Asura Gana. All right. Gana means your quality. But so far, I've seen in most of that, sometimes because last time I used to do research on astrological, I see that most of them, very common, they have that Asura Gana. They have the qualities of a demoniac nature. Okay. And of course, it's very rare to see Manushya Gana and also Deva Gana. Okay. So sometimes when they want to do that competency, when they want to get married, Asura Gana and Deva Gana, they cannot get along. So like that, they used to do the research. So, and it's very common, mostly in Asura Gana. So we have to think about it. So we have to always practice bhakti so that we can suppress the demoniac qualities. All right. So take the RDC formula. When you do that RDC, when you read Bhagavad Gita, when you chant, when you distribute Bhagavad Gita, chant Hare Krishna, you start to see that all that qualities or all the demonic qualities and all these will be suppressed. And of course, this is the formula, because in the idea about Krishna consciousness is to revive your divine quality. That means your constitutional position. Okay, to revive it. We have seen a person from many backgrounds, even some of the very nasty background, they all evolved to be the first-class human being. Okay, so with that, we end the session here. Any question? Any comment? Any questions? Was the class heavy? Okay, yeah? Tolerable? Understandable? Did you all understand?
Yeah.
Not too heavy. Okay. Yes, Prabhu. Chong Prabhu. Chaitanya Daya.
Daya Maya Das.
Yeah, Chaitanya Daya Maya Das. Any question?
So far it's already clear lah. Demoniacs definitely is rampant in I see what is delineated in the scripture is rampant in this at this present moment also lah.
Yes.
So it's not
Correct.
a very rare thing, you know.
Yes.
So it's in fact the havoc is there already. There are war for this for personal this the like what the scripture says, I want more. I created this and all these things, and then I will make it national. I do charity also. They even do big charity one. You get do a lot of big charity also.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. If you're going to have a divine quality, you look like an alien. Now itself, when people say you're a vegetarian, vegetarian? Oh, is there any festival you are practicing vegetarianism?
Yeah,
Why you're vegetarian?
Yesterday, a Christian friend of mine, he's surprised. They say, I said, I try to be even Krishna conscious and try to take prasada, but I of course outside I become vegetarian. Then he looked so surprised. He said that is for Buddhist and all these things, and this is for Tao. And so I asked him, did you know that Jesus is a vegetarian? No, Jesus eat. You know that kind of demonic
Yes.
teaching is entering into the heart of these so-called religious people.
Yeah.
Very tragic. It's a
There's the word broma. In Latin, there's the word broma. So the broma translate as food. And broma, food means what? Food which is categorized under fruits and vegetables. Especially fruits and vegetables. So the word broma, which is an old Latin language, the biblic language, is been translated as meat. So they said broma means, oh, that means they say Jesus ate meat. So there's, as you said, even like, for instance, the 10 commandments, thou shalt not kill. Now they have changed it to thou shalt not murder. Right?
Yes.
So even there's a denomination in Christianity we call the Adventists, the Seventh Adventists. They say Seventh Adventist Church. They also have a hospital, I think the Adventist hospital or something like that. They all are vegetarian, The Adventist Church,
Yes.
every member of Adventist Church are vegetarians. Yeah.
Correct, Prabhu.
No, Prabhu.
Huh?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
You know, when the vegans look at us, the vegans look at vegetarians as very cruel people because we're actually taking dairy products.
Yeah.
So they say there are lots of cruelty involved in dairy products, but we are taking, so just like we think that people who take eggs are actually, saying are actually foolish, they are looking at us like that.
Yeah.
They say, what for you are vegetarian? Your own, it's just killing, but what about all those other suffering? Are you not considering that? So sometimes we don't know. Are we allowed to take milk and dairy products?
Actually, what they say is right.
Ah.
Even the milk that we drink is also, the cows has been tortured so terribly. Those days they used to hand to take out the milk. Now they put the machine and they suck the milk out. So, and after that, when you see that after they suck the milk out, you see in the container it's all blood. It's milk mixed with blood, and they filter it. That's why nowadays you see the milk has no smell, no taste, because they have to filter the thing. They filter the blood from the milk. All right. So that's why we have to take the milk which is from the source of what they call, like for instance, in New Zealand, they kill the calf for the milk. So for instance, they simply impregnate the cow. So the cow, once the cow is pregnant and delivers, and that's when the cow can deliver, the cow can produce milk. And you know what they do? They put a kind of doll cow. So because the cow will only give milk when they see a calf. If they don't see the calf, they doesn't give milk. And they just simply look at the calf. There is like a doll calf, and they look at the calf and they first start to give milk. And the calf that actually they delivered, they kill it. They will kill it. All right. They are producing something from that calf bone or something like that. It's so terrible. That means the milk, especially from New Zealand, all the thing we are eating and drinking, it is very, very from a very cruel source. So that's why we have to depend on cows. That means we should have our own farm. We create the thing from the farm, like whatever the Janda bike farm, and some more say if you have a person who can supply you milk in your locality, all right, they have a small farm. Sometimes they used to bring milk and supply. So that's kind of milk which is not cruel. So what your friend says is right. Even the dairy product that we are taking is extremely cruel because of economic marketing. So anything that becomes famous, something is going to go wrong. Even the vegetables and everything, they're putting so much of pesticide, but so the thing can last long because there's so much of demand. Even like the what they call, my friend was he worked in a farm in Australia. All right, his job is to pluck apple, and he told me, the green apple that they're eating, the apple was plucked many months or years ago. They will take it, they will put it into the wax, and they put it in a fridge. It's a kind of fridge, and it can last for 2-3 years. So when the demand is good, when the price is good, then they take it out and supply. So that apple that we're eating also is around 2-3 years ago. So everything is cruel. So that's why we need to offer the food to Krishna. All right. But when we offer the food to Krishna, Krishna says, if you eat something without even offering to me, you are verily eating sin. You know, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, if you do something which is without offering to me, you are verily eating sin. So to remove that sinful reaction, we have to offer the food to Krishna. Because we have to have this kind of meal. We need to have this kind of milk. I mean, we need to have milk to develop our brain, for yogurt, right? All these dairy products like ghee. We don't have a choice. Okay. But this is recommended by Krishna. So, but what we are doing, we are taking that and we are offering to Krishna. Until a day will come, maybe we can have our own farm. We can have our own sattvic food. That's the thing. So that's why all the food that we take, we offer it to Krishna first. Okay. And but if possible, if you really can, if it really is conducive and possible, vegan diet is the best diet for now. Unless you go to India, or unless you go to this Janda bike, you know, that farm, you get pure milk, you get this thing, you know, the happy milk, they call happy cow. The cow gives milk happily. So sometimes they say try to avoid buying dairy products from New Zealand because they're a huge producer. Meat and all the cow products, the huge producers from there. But if you can get some village, I think in Kampa there's a lot of villages. I think they have cows.
Yeah. Many.
You can try. Yeah, you can go there and buy the milk from there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can buy the milk from there and try to take it, make some sweets and everything. If in Ipoh there's one shop called Sintamare in Little India.
Okay.
All right. The owner he has his own gosala. The worker told me that once one worker beat the cow. When he saw that when he saw that worker beating the cow, he sacked him on the spot. You know, he has so much of love to that cow. So he produces the milk. Like some place, you buy the milk, it will spoil the next day. But with him, milk is very creamy and very smells fantastic because it is from happy cow. But I heard recently he passed away. But I hope they are still maintaining the cow. Yeah. So that's the thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
We
you.
don't have a choice.
Yeah.
But of course, egg is not recommended by Krishna. All right. Egg is something that you need to kill. You need to electrocute. You do not need to electrocute the cow to produce milk.
Okay.
The cow will keep on producing milk. All right. The carrot that I'm eating, the carrot and the potato that you're eating, actually the plant dies. All right. The plant dies and we're eating the remnant. Example, when you plant a potato, how to find out the potato is right, potato is done? When you see all the leaves start to dry and fall off. When you see all the leaves fall off, that means we understand that the root is matured. So I just pluck it out because the plant is already dead. So I'm taking that. Right? I do not need to chop down the tree to enjoy the mango. I do not need to slaughter the cow to enjoy the milk. Yeah. So sometimes what the vegan is saying is right. But of course, whatever cause they say it is cruel or non-cruel. All right. When we eat without sacrificing to Krishna, without offering to Krishna first, we are only eating sin. So at least you offer to Krishna.
Prabhu,
Yes.
where's the place in Ipoh for the fresh milk? You said just now?
Santamarai.
Oh, in Little India. Okay.
Little India, you go, there's a Viknesh Video Center. So it's on your left hand side. As you enter Little India, it's on your left hand side. You come, there'll be a curve. All right. You see Sharikat Santamarai. You go there. Even their yogurt is fantastic.
On the left side.
Huh?
On the left side, on the curve.
Left side. Yes.
Oh, thank
So
you, Prabhu.
the neighbor is Shukla. Shukla is the one that sole distributor for QBB. Shukla, and on the left hand side is Viknesh. I think Viknesh, last time they called Viknesh Video Center, but I'm not sure now Viknesh Mart, or I think they still maintain Viknesh Video Center. So they are in between. Sharikat Santamarai. It's exactly at the curve. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah. And beside that, there's a Mugambige Goldsmith. So Mugambige Goldsmith, Vignesh Video Center, Santamari. And after Santamari, Shukla. So it's there. So that's the best place you can find a good quality milk.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare
Mm.
Krishna.
Thank you,
So
Prabhu.
if you're in Ipoh, give me a call, Prabhu. We can meet up. Kanda Prabhu.
Sure, Prabhu.
Okay.
Thank
Is
you.
there any comment? Anything else you want to say? So that is why we have to be very careful. But of course, being too careful also is not so good. So we don't know if you think you want to like get rid of your sin and everything, you can't do it consciously. Sometimes unconsciously, we also make sin. Right? So we have no choice. So that's why daily chanting and daily reading, it really helps you. Okay? Because this is a sinful world. Every step that you take is also sin. Every act is sin. All right. When you talk about the rules and regulation, you have to look like a Jain. You have to cover your face. You have to sweep as you walk. All right. So even like that also, you cannot breathe in that. You cannot eat the root. I mean, a lot of things. So the best thing is, let's get out from this place in this very birth itself. All right. All right. If there's no question, we end the session here. Tomorrow is going to be chapter 17. It's going to be more interesting chapter. The title for the chapter 17 is the division of faith. Okay, now we have seen the quality of the demon and the demoniac, divine and demoniac, and tomorrow we're going to see the division of faith. So what is the varieties or divisions of the faith is going to be very more interesting. All right. Okay, that's a message. No question, Prabhu? Not so. All right. So if there's no question, we end the session here. Thank you so much. And today is Srila Prabhupada's disappearance day. You can engage your mind just by watching some video about Prabhupada or just meditate about Prabhupada. And okay, with that, we'll see you again tomorrow. Vancha kalpatrubhescha, kripa sindhubhyevacha, paditanam pavinibhyo, vaishnavibhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna. Good night.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank
Krishna, Prabhu.
Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.